Hello, I am recording this video to show Bangood Support Team how I install the scope meter software, the software for the Mustool MDS120MC2 scope. I am not able to transfer the images or to connect the scope with my computer, so I'm recording this video to show how is that I did it. Okay, so I have the scope right here, and I have my work area. I forgot the name. And so how I did it. So I have here two files. I have the scope meter here, the scope meter, which is the folder that contains the executable, and I have also a setup file which does the same thing, but it installs the program on the computer. I'm going to run them both here. So here I click it and I run this scope meter here. It says failed to connect to serial port. It opens the program, and as you can see here in the table, my scope is not connected yet. So if I try to go here where the scope meter and I use the COM test, nothing is found. No USB port COM is found. Okay, I'm going to close the program. I am going to connect now the scope. I'm going to turn it on, turn the scope on. It's on, the USB-C cable is on, and I'm going to connect to my computer. We have a sound that it is the USB device is found, and I'm going to go here to my manager, the device managers. Now if I run the program here, the scope meter, it shows an error. It says the index was out of bounds of the matrix limits. I click on go on, the software opens, the program is here. Now the button COM test, it shows the COM3, which is the COM that I have here in my device manager, and I try to connect it, and it shows the same error. If I go in details of this error, we can see that system index out of range exceptions. The index was out of range of the matrix limits. And there are a bunch of errors here in the forms, which I believe in Windows forms it was made here. System Windows form, toolstrip drop down. It has a lot of errors here, and I cannot fix it, and I don't know why. If I press the keep on, it shows the same error here. So I cannot make it work. So here in this folder, if I go back to my setup file and I install it, let's install it then. The setup, let's go here, click on next, agree to the terms, next, name, company name, okay. It's going to be installed in program files 86, scope meter, space required 2.77 megabytes. Next, install for current user only. Okay, next, installation successful. Okay, and finish. Now if I go here in my desktop workflow, I have the scope meter icon here, the shortcut. Okay, I'm going to show that this is the shortcut. I'm going to properties, and we can see the C program files scope meter, which is the directory where it was installed. Okay, scope meter exe. If I run, I have the same error. I keep going. The program opens just as the same. You can see here that let me turn on my computer. The scope is still connected here. It finds the COM3 and gives the same error. and I'm not able to transfer the images from the scope to my PC, or to look at the signal while the scope is running and the PC is running. So now I'm going to show you that I have here a USB serial device, COM3, as I have told you, and I'm going to attempt to change the software, and I will show that I am not able to do that without changing some permissions of the Windows. I'm going to explain better later. Okay, so if I right click here, my device, and I go to update driver and search drivers in my computer, I'm going to allow in a drivers list, in a list of drivers available on my computer. So here I'm going to add with disk. I already have the folder here. I'm just going to show you where it is. The path here, I'm going to go back a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, this is the folder that I have here, scope meter, and I'm going to go to the folder HDSC and select the file HDSC underline cdc.inf, ENF. I'm going to open it. I'm going to click OK. I have the path here. Okay. And I'm going to click OK. And I'm going to advance. And it says it's not recommended to install drivers that are not compatible with the hardware. Okay, so but let's do wish to continue with this driver. We're going to click yes. And here we have Windows found a problem while installing the driver. We have a error that this ENF, the file .enf of the third party INF file does not contain informations about digital signature. Okay. So as you can see, the name of the driver is still the same. So now I'm going to record with my camera. So you can see with my cell phone camera, so you can see what is going on here. I'm going to find a way to skip this error. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I can skip that error that about the signature, the digital, about the in file does not contain a digital signature. So I'm going to restart the computer, but I'm going to press here restart. But I'm going to also hold the shift key. You cannot see, but I'm going to hold the shift key while doing that. So I can enter the Windows, I think it's a Windows setup initialization, okay? So while holding the shift key and pressing restart, okay. Now the computer is restarting. Let's wait. I have a dual boot, so I'm choosing here my Windows, okay? Going back to the Windows. Okay, so now I am here in my Windows setup window. I'm going to go here in the solution problems, advanced features, advanced options. And I'm going to go here in my initialization configuration, okay, to alter the behavior of the Windows initialization, okay. So here we can alter things like I'm going to actually disable the digital signature enclosure. So I'm going to click on restart. Okay, restarting the computer again. Again, it's going to enter the dual boot. Again, I'm going to clicking on Windows. Oh, the camera is a little bad, right? Okay, it's good. So now here I have a bunch of initialization configurations, and I'm going to press the 7 key, the key 7, which is disable digital driver signature enclosure. Okay, so I'm going to click on 7, and now I am restarting my computer, rebooting it, disabling this digital signature enclosure. Okay, so I can install that HDSC driver without a problem. Okay. Okay. Logging in. Okay. The next step, I'm going to continue in the with my original recording scheme. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to redo these steps to install that driver. So going back here again, you can see that I have my scope connected. Okay. So I'm going to device manager. I'm going down here to my COM parts. Again, I have my USB serial. Right click it, update driver, look for driver in my computer. Allow me to choose from a drivers list. I'm going to go here with disk, and it's the same file as before, as you can see here, okay? The same file, the same folder, okay? So I'm choosing the same file, clicking OK. But now as I previously, as I have shown, I have disabled that imposure of driver signature. So I'm going to click here, advance. It's not recommended. OK. Now this Windows appear, and it's a like as a caution Windows. It says here, do not install this driver, and here it says install this driver anyway. I'm going to click here, install the driver anyway. And as you can see, the Windows has successfully installed the drivers or updated the drivers. Okay, so now I'm going to close. And as you can see now, I have my driver here, HDSC underline VCP in COM3. So I have installed the driver. Okay, in both ways. If I go to that folder, let me go there to that folder where the executable is. Okay, the folder is here. Oops. Let me go, the folder is here. Let me go a bit down. Here it's executable. If I double click this scope meter, I have the same error. Okay, later I'm going to copy all this and send it to the email, but I'm going to press here continue. I have the program window. Let me just make it smaller. Here I have the COM3. If I click it, it shows the same error. Okay, the same error, and it cannot connect. As I have said, I have my scope here connected, okay, which is working fine. I can even remove here and close the window. And let me go back to the screen, and I can go back here, run it. Oops. It says failed to connect, serial port. It looks like it's going to work, but it will not. Let me just going down here. Now I need to connect again the scope here. Okay, I'm going to connect it again. Okay, and the program is on. I'm going to do the COM test, COM3. It doesn't work. Okay, the same error. Okay, it does. I cannot make it work. I go here to the communications, open. It won't work. Okay. I can do the same thing by double clicking here, this icon that is the setup file that I installed, the scope meter, okay, when I previously installed it. I'm going to double click it. It shows the same error. I click on go on, and it shows the same error. I go here in COM3, and it shows again the same error, okay. And maybe you're wondering, oh, but your driver, oh, I think I closed the driver here. Okay, just a minute. Okay, your driver here says COM3, okay, and driver inside the program, it says here COM1, okay. It doesn't matter because I can change this to COM1. I can right click here, the HDSC properties. I think I'm going to okay, port configuration. I can go here to advanced, and I can go here and I can select COM1. Okay, I'm selecting COM1 now, clicking OK. Says it is opened by another. Okay, let me just close this. No, let me just cancel it. Let me close this. Okay. Okay, so now going back here, right clicking it, properties, port configuration, advanced. COM3, COM1. Okay, okay, and it's updating. Now you can see here that I have COM1. Okay, I am going to again run the scope meter, failed to connect to serial port. COM1 here, I'm going to try to connect. As you can see, it now says COM1. I click here and nothing happens. Here at the bottom says failed to connect to serial port. Okay, so it doesn't work. Anyways, I try to do something, I cannot do anything. So it just doesn't work. Let me close this. I'm going to run again the scope meter from the folder, the executable file. Failed to connect to serial port again, and it doesn't work. Okay, COM1 now also it changed it to COM1 and it can connect. Okay, so there is just no way I am able to install the driver and the software successfully. Okay, so now I am please asking for a solution here, because it's really it's very difficult for me. Okay, I am really asking for a solution of you guys, so you can see what is the problem here. If it is a driver problem, if it is a software problem, anything, any help would be appreciated, because the scope is great. It until the tests that I've run until now, it has worked very well, but I cannot get the photos as a file. No, the only option that I would have would be to take a picture of the scope screen, which would be not very good. Okay, so I'm waiting for your response. Please give me a response. Please help me. Thank you.